Greetings, comrades. If you want to know about the history of Africa, read this book. Have it in your library. Titled The State of Africa. It's written by Martin Meredith. It says a history of the continent since independence. It's quite a good read. Of course, I do disagree with him in some of the issues that he raises, but in the majority, I agree. He's a good writer. I've actually used some notes when recording some videos. If you followed us when we were discussing Africa, what is happening in Africa, the state of Africa, some of the notes were borrowed from this book. So it's important that you have it in your library. And of course, if you want to know how China is governed, read this book. These are the speeches by the Chinese president. This book was given to me by the comrades at the Chinese embassy in Pretoria. This first book, which speaks about Africa, was given to me by the former editor of the Star newspaper, Comrade Moxin Williams. Comrade Moxin Williams was in the underground of the ANC, grew up in Cape Town, trained as a journalist, rising to become the editor. So it given me this book. So I normally revisit the book. So get this book in your library. And of course, the book that I will not recommend, Comrade Butolezwe Nyati recently borrowed me this book. So we're together, then I saw this book, he borrowed me. It says Kingdom, Power, Glory. Say Mugabe, ZANU, and the quest for supremacy from 1960 to 1987. So when I read the first chapter, I said, Comrade Butolezwe Nyati, this author is biased, is pro-ZANU and anti-ZAPU. I thought, when I was reading the first chapter, I thought this guy was writing fiction because is not really what happened during the liberation struggle. So when I read the first chapter, I said, no. So I would not recommend this book to you. So you see, it's quite a volume, but so now, because I've already taken a position that this guy writes fiction, so I will not recommend to you, and I don't think I'll waste my time in reading the book. I've been reading this book as well. This was borrowed to me by Comrade Dorothy Mabelebele. Work together. She's from Limpopo province. It's about a South African model who was arrested in Thailand. She was found in possession of drugs, spent 16 years in a Thailand prison. She participated in the semi-finals of Miss South Africa in 1993, 1994. When she went on a business trip to Thailand, a friend of the boyfriend came to her hotel a night before flying back to South Africa, gave her engineering books. Unbeknown to her, there were drugs inside. When she got to the airport, she was arrested. She spent 16 years. She was assisted by the presidency of former President Thabo Mbeki to be released from prison. She gave birth in prison. It's a painful book. If you read this book, it is a painful book. While reading this book, then a comrade contacted me from a prison in South Africa. So he writes to me, telling me about the challenges that Zimbabwean prisoners are facing in jail. He says to me that most cases, when they are released from prison, they get deported, left at Beitbridge police station. They are then released by the police. In most of the cases, what this guy who's in prison says to me is that they will not be having clothes to wear, to change. They will not be having money to travel to their homes. Some will be coming as far as Bulawayo, Harare, Chipinge, Victoria Falls, so they will be not having money. So this guy says, please assist us, and we call on you. If you have a relative that is in prison, please check on them. We have not done a study as the Zimbabwe community in South Africa to know how many Zimbabweans are in prisons in South Africa. I was talking, as I was talking to him, I then learned that one Zimbabwean that is in jail, has been in jail since 2014, is to be released next month, is going to go through this ordeal. Yes, we judge them that why are they in prison, but after reading this book, I had to understand that when one is in prison, whatever they would have done, they are human beings, they are our brothers, they are our sisters. We might not agree with what they did. We need to assist them. So if you have a relative who's in prison, please pay them a visit. Pay them a visit so that they get assisted when they are released, so that they will be able to reach their homes. I was showing you some of these books. It's important to read, comrades. It's important to read. I always follow comrades when they are debating social media. You will tell that this comrade is not reading. You can tell by the level of engagement that this comrade is not reading. So don't just read WhatsApp messages, read a book. So this is why I'm saying have this in your library. So of course, we are moving away from having these hard copies. Comrades are now having soft copies. Yes, create your soft copy library so that you read, so that when you engage, we'll know that this comrade is well read. So it's important to read. But remember, please assist your relatives that are in prison. They need your help. This person contacted me saying, Comrade Mabena, we do follow your YouTube channel even in prison. Please send the message that indeed we need to be assisted. Please, let's assist our relatives that are in prison. Like this video, subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, good night. Bye-bye.